We are calling to order the regular meeting of the Board of Education, School District Number 40 at 6 p.m. on Monday, August 28th at the Coolidge Professional Development Room. Roll call.
Audrey Adamson.
Here.
Chet DeSmet.
Here.
Ramona Dixon.
Here.
Jason Farrell.
Here.
Lindsay Hines.
Here.
Andrew Ware.
Here.
Aaron Waldron Smith.
Here.
All right, now we will do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion for the approval of the minutes of the open session of the regular Board of Education meeting for July 24th, 2023?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Do we have any public comments?
We do not.
All right, moving right along in this cool consent agenda. The recommended motion is that the Board of Education approve the actions contained in consent agenda items A through U and W through Z as presented. May I have a motion? So moved.
Second.
Discussion? No? All right, roll call.
Chet DeSmet.
Aye.
Ramona Dixon.
Aye.
Jason Farrell.
Aye.
Lindsay Hines.
Aye.
Aaron Waldron Smith.
Aye.
Audrey Adamson.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye. Okay, we had to change things around a little bit, so the recommended motion is that we approve the actions contained in consent agenda item V, being that the Board of Education approved the purchase of 30 Acer Chrome tablets for Hamilton Elementary from CDW Chicago for a total cost not to exceed $14,600. Have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Or no, this is a roll call, sorry.
Ramona Dixon.
Aye.
Jason Farrell.
Aye.
Lindsay Hines.
Aye.
Aaron Waldron Smith.
Aye.
Audrey Adamson.
Aye.
Chet DeSmet.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye. All right, item 6. The recommended motion is that the Board of Education approve the agreement between the superintendents of the Quad City School Districts in collaboration with the Regional Office of Education and other regional districts regarding the revised substitute teacher rates for the 2023-2024 school year. I have a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I just have a question. The list of subs that we have that was contained in that list, what our process for obtaining that list is that from year to year, they kind of just roll over and we're just blanketly approving them at the beginning of the year?
And we do have subs that come in and apply at all different times of the year, but Todd, anything you would add?
Yeah, so it's a yearly approval process, so we get a new renewal each year, so they have to reapply every year.
Thank you.
All right, roll call.
Jason Farrell.
Aye.
Lindsay Hines.
Aye.
Aaron Waldron Smith.
Aye.
Audrey Adamson.
Aye.
Chet DeSmet.
Aye.
Ramona Dixon.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye. All right, number 7, the recommended motion is that the Board of Education approve the purchase of property located at 1402 10th Street, Moline, Illinois, for the purchase price of $48,500 plus closing costs, with the intent to demolish the property and further authorize and direct Vince Gallo, Chief Financial Officer, to execute all documents and do all things necessary to effectuate the purchase of the property upon the terms that he and the superintendent deem acceptable. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
I have a quick question. After we buy this, there's only one house left, right? Okay.
Mr. Gallo, do you have anything else to add?
No,
The process has been pretty smooth with the seller, and we're all set to go.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks. Anything else? All right, roll call.
Lindsay Hines.
Aye.
Aaron Waldron Smith,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Chet DeSmith.
Aye.
Roland Dixon.
Aye.
Jason Farrell.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye. All right, reports, requests, and open discussion. Dr. Savage.
Very good, thank you. I have a couple of things, but first I want to turn it over to Dr. Pribble. He's got just a brief update on a unique opportunity that we received from Han Furniture.
Yeah, this is very exciting and want to give you an update about the opportunity that was presented to us as a district for Han Educational Photo Shoot. And what happened was because if you recall some of our past spending down our title funds and trying to update all of our buildings, we started to buy lots of furniture the last couple of years. And through that, our name was dropped from Han to HNI Workplace Furnishings. They reached out in March 2023 and asked, hey, we are looking for a building to showcase, put together a new catalog for Han Furniture. And I was like, well, what's the catch? You know, because it never, kind of weird request. They said, well, what we do is we just need to come in and we need to see if you have a location that'll fit what we are trying to market. And then we'll come in and do the shoot and leave the furniture behind. And I'm like, okay. And knowing that we've purchased a lot of furniture the last few years, it's pretty expensive stuff. But what was really neat about this was it was new furniture that they haven't even, you know, it was brand new prototype furniture, which was really cool. So we were excited to see how this process would go. We took a chance on it. And so when we met with HNI in March, we decided to identify buildings, and they wanted our newer buildings. So we scheduled a tour with Hamilton, Franklin, and Bicentennial based on what they were looking to do. And they were focused on a media center, the library area. And when we did that tour, the first stop was Hamilton. They went in, they saw the area, and they said, this is exactly what we're looking for. So we didn't even make it to Franklin or Bicentennial. So from there, once Hamilton was selected, they worked with Lindsay Oswald, our principal, on kind of just the planning of it, which was very, it was intense, but it wasn't. You know, we just had to set that date. We had to work with Keith on custodians to do this photo shoot, and we were able to do it the week of July 17th. The big thing here is the furniture that was left behind was roughly about $140,000 in value. So I brought some pictures to show you. By the way, this is their website and this is Han's website. So our building will be featured on both these websites eventually. They were going to roll the product out this October in the catalog. So I'll share that with you once we have that. But this is the day of the photo shoot. I went over there, took some pictures. We recruited some, they had professional students, and then they had some just volunteer students that Lindsay Oswald set up, but it was a really interesting day. It doesn't look like much there, but when you start to look at, this was what they left us. And the furniture is got a lot of flex space on it. You can see all the whiteboards. Again, this is all prototype furniture. It was so new that they had to come in and redo the furniture because the prototype shelving wasn't done right. So they actually brought in new shelves for everything on top of the new furniture. But you can see the space. And, you know, we talked about this at a cabinet level about, you know, yeah, this is a great opportunity for Hamilton being a new school. The furniture and the way they did this was really designed to use at Hamilton. And we had some great furniture left over. And we wanted to make sure we appropriated that to a school that needed it. And with the updates that we were doing with Washington, we were able to take over these bookshelves. It looks crammed in there right now, because if you know Washington, we're still putting it all back together and we've almost got it done. But all these new bookshelves are over at Washington now, new, because they literally are in great shape. And then we got the new teacher's desk. So we're able to really, out of this deal, upgrade Hamilton, and then get all that furniture and then actually upgrade Washington. So we're excited about that. And the cool thing about it is they're like, gosh, this was so easy that we'd love to work with you in the future. So there may be other opportunities for us to take advantage of. So that's all I have. Any questions?
Thanks, Brian.
And with that nice segue, with Washington being slowly but surely put back together, I thought I would give Mr. Gallo the floor to provide a brief update on our big facility projects.
Thank you, Rachel.
So as you all know, we had a ton of construction over this summer. Starting off with Lincoln, Irving, and Washington, those HVAC projects. We were able to do the HVAC there, sprinklers, and LED lighting over at Washington. We're still waiting on a few of the LED lights over there, and we are told that the chiller has shipped for Washington, and hopefully get that in the next 10 days. Over at Lincoln Irving, all of the infrastructure is in place. We're just waiting for that chiller to ship, which is projected to ship on September 25th of this month, of next month. And then Butterworth, we did the parking lot repaving there. That all came on budget, on time, and it looks great. The Horseman driveway repaving also looks great. That all came on budget as well. And then for the roof projects at Wilson and the high school, everything is completed except for the flashing. We're just waiting on them to put that up on there. We lost a week due to the high heat last week there. So hopefully they'll be coming in after school hours to complete that. And then the John Deere Middle School stage, the lighting project there, we're just waiting on the contractors and the engineers for the light rigging there. So, yeah, any questions for me on that?
Not really a question, but I had a chance to go into Washington before construction was finished, and I gotta say, it looks really neat with the floating ceiling and the colors and how everything started to come together there. It's definitely an upgrade, not that Washington was bad, but it looks really nice in there now. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yes, thank you. And also a big thank you to Keith, the custodians, all the contractors. They did a wonderful job this summer, and I know we only had 56 days to do all of this work. They did a tremendous job in getting that all completed, so thank you.
Couple of other things, as some of you know, we had our All Staff Institute Day, last Thursday. It was just an incredibly positive event. We had our keynote speaker, Hamish Brewer, who was so energetic, so positive, and really just kind of shook up the thinking a little bit of all of us and framed our minds in the right place to get started for the school year. We just had rave reviews. I don't know what we're gonna do next year. We're in trouble. I don't know how we're gonna top that, but I would just have to say it was probably one of the more positive starts to school that I've ever seen. And that is an absolute group effort. So many of you are involved in making those things happen. But it's about the teachers and staff on that day. It's about the teachers and the staff and the administrators. It's a time to celebrate them and thank them. And we just have gotten a lot of positive feedback for a start like that, and I'm so grateful for everybody's role in that. And as far as the school year, we had day 2 today. So, I mean, it wasn't 115, so we had that going for us. But, you know, we're just jumping right in. Kids just kind of rolling right into their structures, teachers wasting no time jumping right in. We have our first home football game already this Friday night, and marching band and all the things. So a cheer, it's just an exciting time. The fall is just always such an exciting time with the spirit of our school. So we're really excited. And then of course that means Labor Day is right around the corner. So district is closed on Monday, which is great because I heard it's supposed to be really hot again. Yay us. But we will monitor that and respond accordingly. That's all I have.
All right, anybody have anything else?
I have 2 things.
Sure.
I recently just got feedback this last weekend from a parent who loves the website. I actually had someone call me at home from the community and talked about how much they loved the website and how it was easier to navigate. So I wanted to share that.
Thank you, Craig.
So
Good job, Craig.
I also wanted to say, as someone who works in a library all day, that furniture is expensive. So that's impressive. Like, I look at that magazine and long for it. So like, that is a really good deal for us. Just. Go ahead.
it was already said, Vince kind of said it too, but I had a chance a couple times to chat with some of our custodial staff as they were doing all the stuff this summer, and especially the big rush at the beginning to get things ready, and just some really great, just amazing how hard that team works together in such a short timeline to get everything in and out, and especially when we have the crunch for all that. So I just want to say a shout out, because then our buildings look amazing day one. Even you can't tell that there was just chaos ensuing for all of
Just
summer trying to
days
get everything ready. So just want to put a good shout out again to everybody from facilities that makes all of that happen. It's kind of magic that we are able to do all of that in such a short period of time.
And I'd like to ditto that, so thank you all, CFO, buildings and grounds, thank you guys for making sure that our staff and our students come back to a place that they can truly call home. The other thing is, thank you to the cabinet and Dr. Savage for such an inspiring opening day. I think I've spent at least an hour over the past week talking to my peers just here in Virginia, because we stayed in Northern Virginia where he came from. My daughter actually went to school in that county before we came here, so it was just really inspiring as an educator. So thank you guys for such a great opening day. And then my last is more of a question. As a parent of high schoolers, it has come to my attention that there may be some things that we as a school board need to back. So with the cell phones and the backpacks, is there a way that we could get those updates as a school board? Because it seems like some of the changes that kids are experiencing this year are tied directly to us as a board, kind of pushing them out. And I have no problem with, saying that we back those, but if there is a way that we could get like a communication flow of us knowing, hey, these are some of the changes that parents or stakeholders may be approaching you about, so we can know, teachers or whatever. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page as a unit about those changes. I think they're on the website, the codes of conduct are on the website, but I don't know if we put the revised ones up this year. So I can make sure the adjusted codes get on our website, and that's open for any community member to see. It's not a secret what's there. But when there are notable changes, we want to make sure that people really pay attention to those. And so I think that's what the parent communication was from all of our levels, because there were changes in all three levels. But we certainly should have the changes up on our website. I'll make sure we get that. I think we just finished them last week, so we'll get those up as soon as possible. Thank you.
And also to your point, with the Board of Education brainstorming that we had and your goal setting assistance that you provided, making sure that, last year was really focused on revising and kind of shoring up that document. And this year is really going to be about implementation, fidelity, and consistency. So that came directly from the conversation that you all had regarding this year and what you would like to see us work on this year. So your support at that level from saying, hey, this is important. I have our revised PACE posters in my car. I'm slowly but surely getting them delivered, but I'll have them brought in here. And that is a part of our environment goal this year. So we all have accountability for what that means to implement with fidelity and consistency. But to your point, having some sort of a talking point sheet or a Cliff Notes version of those changes would be helpful. So thank you. That's a great suggestion.
Could we bring back or attempt to bring back the community conversations so that parents and community can check
Yes.
in on these new policies? Because I feel like that was always well
Yes.
received.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I know some, like, city councils do like work sessions, so we can talk about having a work session for the board to kind of dive into some of these issues too, so let's, we can
Even
connect.
like the portrait work, we had those students and families as captive audiences already. I believe much of it spills into that as well. And I know you talked about continuing that. So
Yes.
it's so many, mechanisms. As a high school parent who does not normally have like issues with my kids, like I would just say that I would probably not read those policies. Like, you can't have your cell phone out, don't have your cell phone out. I would reference them if I had an issue. And so hopefully we don't get there, but I'm just thinking about other stakeholders that may not be in that same boat.
I also think we have a chance with student council. You know, these are kids who are in those schools and actually experiencing this stuff to help promote that civic duty. That hopefully maybe we as a board can be more involved with some of those councils and maybe going to some of those and creating that back and forth communication, not only as an advocate for the parents and the district, but for the kids themselves. So there might be an opportunity for us there.
Yeah, and once we get our student board members seated, we also have an opportunity to hear from them. So, but I agree, being, we can talk about that too, about being more present.
One other thing then, so I know the lovely postcards went out, which I thought were fabulous for the subs and the
Crossing guards.
Yes, the crossing guards, and just checking to see, do we have updates on whether or not how those positions went? Have we seen an uptick at all in substitute applications, and have we filled our?
Todd, would you like to talk about our phone calls?
So, as soon as the postcards landed in Moline in particular, I think they came a little bit earlier to us out in Valley, but at the time I checked with Sharon Cross, our receptionist, she had received 25 phone calls inquiring, and we've seen an uptick of foot traffic in the HR office. So we'll get a count as once we get up and going here and start utilizing those subs, but it's trending in a positive direction. And we too also received a lot of positive feedback about.
No,
that campaign.
I thought those were great.
Yeah.
One thing, I don't know, for us to maybe pass along regarding the crossing guard thing, I had heard some feedback from some parents and people who were maybe interested to say if there's a possibility of splitting that into mornings and afternoons, because people don't want to, there might be people who are available in the morning who would do it 5 mornings a week but couldn't do it in the afternoons. And so I don't know if the city, I know it's hired by the city, but whether or not that could be a conversation of having split positions or things. Some people that would
That's a
work
great
better than
suggestion.
half hour, but.
We were fortunate enough to have Chief Galt join our MESPA para group at their opening meeting as well. So we thought, depending upon how their schedule played out, they might be candidates, and be
Yeah.
interested in that as well.
I checked in with him today. I was talking with him at Rotary about this very topic, and he said the postcard worked. He believes they've got their key positions or key postings filled. They got lots and lots of phone calls, lots of people kind of sparking interest. So it was a great community effort. It's just another example of there's a problem, the community steps up to try to come up with a solution from every angle. And we're just lucky to have that sort of force to solve something like that, because he was so grateful, and obviously we are grateful to have qualified subs. It just minimizes any interruption to learning when our teachers are out. So we're so grateful for that.
Awesome, thanks for the update, appreciate it.
And Candace, you have to give her a shout out. She did a great job on that postcard. We said, now we know postcards work. I don't think we've done those before.
Then just one quick thing, and then along with custodial staff, I mean, I had a chance to go to Washington, and then everybody's a parent here, so we've all been unpacking backpacks, we've all been at those things. Just a shout out to our teachers and educators and paras. I mean, they were in the heat in some of these schools, sweating in some of these
Yes.
classrooms and painting and doing what they could and, adjusting to these really hot days last week. And then every single unpack I've gone to, including tonight's at Jefferson's for my 4-year-old, every teacher and educator isn't just there, to be there, but are excited and have plans and are pouring into, you can just kind of feel that energy. And then we had our, the team building, that morning at the Performing Arts Center, and you can just feel that groundswell. And so it's just a really cool thing to be a part of. And I know that we all say it, but it's true. I think we have the best staff and educators just in general. So just a shout out to those people too, that are just those extra hours.
Yeah, I don't know who all made it to the in-service, but you could feel the energy.
Oh,
I mean, there was a lot of energy, and Hamish was fun and
So
cool.
fun,
and
yes.
It was really exciting to be there. I was happy. I was glad I see a few of you guys
Yes,
there.
thank
so
you.
it was-
I know that's hard during the day. And Washington's backpack night is actually tomorrow night. So if you haven't been in there, it's 5:30 tomorrow night. They postponed theirs because of the heat. It's actually tomorrow night at 5:30. So if you haven't had a chance to pop in and see the work that's been done with revitalizing some of the aesthetics, even though that building was just slated for HVAC, there was some, great efforts towards just improving the aesthetics of the building, and it's got a really positive and bright look. And That's just one last backpack night that you can catch if you haven't been in there yet.
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback on Jason. It was fun to go back to the backpack nights and the teachers are like excited for kids coming. Like, I am never excited to go to work. Like these teachers were super stoked to have the kids there, and it was fun to see the kids run up to their old teachers.
Even at the high school, even at the middle schools, these teachers were spending time having honest to God conversation. Here's what we're looking forward to, and I mean, the new math curriculum, things like, I mean, there was just excitement in all facets and areas that I didn't expect. So it was just very cool to see
You
that.
never noticed it, but I never really noticed it before, but this year it took special note. How excited everybody seemed to be there. Could be that extra week of summer.
Delirious leave.
All right, so now if that's it, everybody, we'll move into closed session. Can I have a motion?
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
Yes.
return to open session at 7:35. Do we need
need a motion.
motion to return to open session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. It's for you guys. I have a motion, recommended motion that the Board of Education approve the agreement between the Moline Education Association, the Moline Coal Valley Board of Education for the 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, 2025, 2026, and 2026 to 2027 school years as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Karen Waldron Smith,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson,
Abstain.
Chet DeSmet,
Aye.
Ramona Dixon,
Aye.
Jason Farrell,
Aye.
Lindsay Hines.
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye. All right, the recommended motion is that the Board of Education approve compensation for all administrators which provide similar compensation increases to the MEA agreement, including group insurance benefits for the 2023, 2024, 2024, 2025, 2025, 2026, and 2026 to 2027 school years as presented. Motion,
So moved.
Second.
roll call?
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Chet DeSmet.
Aye.
Ramona Dixon,
Aye.
Jason Farrell.
Aye.
Lindsay Hines.
Aye.
Karen Waldron Smith,
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
Aye. Approval of the non-union educational support personnel. The recommended motion that the Board of Education approve compensation increases to all non-union support personnel employees which provide compensation increases as presented, including group insurance benefits for the 2023, 2024 school year as presented. Your motion.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
Oh, discussion. I didn't do discussion on any of this. Discussion?
It was in closed session, so you don't need to
Okay,
discuss.
all right.
Chet DeSmet,
Aye.
Roll call.
Ramona Dixon,
Aye.
Jason Farrell,
Aye.
Lindsay Hines,
Aye.
Karen Waldron Smith,
Aye.
Audrey Adamson,
Aye.
Andrew Ware.
All right, all right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.